bringing FTS news to you at home. Over the next few years, every Saturday we are going to be following the story of the Westward expansion. Now let's follow that story over to our guide for this settlement.
Thanks, Rachel. I'm here today on May 28th, 1830, and we are about to be covering the Indian Removal Act. Up next, we have a very exclusive interview with our own president, Andrew Jackson. And if you look here, you'll see that he's ferociously signing the bill for the Indian Removal Act. You know, I just think he's one of the greatest presidents that America has ever seen, you know. He seems so into his work. And, oh wait, crap, he's coming. Shh, get down. No. We can't get in now. I don't know what other way to get in other than probably the door. Let's try that. I can't do this. You film it without me. I'm out.
Oh, okay.
What?
I'm with FTS
No.
News. Okay. Karen? Karen, I need your help.
I can't do it.
I promise you can do it. He won't talk to me.
Well, of course he won't, but still.
What is that supposed to mean? Alright then. Why don't you try?
Oh my god, you stupid new Andrew! Karen! How's Rachel? Hey, come on in.
Why did you just... Hey! Okay.
So, Mr. Jackson, what are you working on here?
Well, I'm working on an act that'll help the Native Americans.
Why are you doing this? How will this help America?
Well, you know, I think it'll help the farmers of America. It'll give them a better profit so they can support their families.
What about all the Native Americans that are being moved from their homes?
Well, me and my VP, John C. Calhoun, are making sure they have enough food and water for their journey.
How have people been responding to this drastic change?
Oh, my fellow Americans wholeheartedly agree with me on this. So I think you could say, just from my perspective, you can trust me on this.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jackson. Right? If I can call you Andrew.
Of course you can, Karen. Anything for you.
We'll be right back with Rachel DeBrom after this commercial break.
Coverall. Coverall is a product to cover your legs and ankles so you don't show too much skin.
Thousands have bought it.
Coverall? Changed my life. It's easy mobility.
I love Coverall.
And here's how to use it.
Unpeel. Cover. For an easy on-the-go look and never get called out again.
Too much ankle. And if you ever take off Coverall, this is what will happen. Buy Coverall today.
And we're back to tonight's story of the signing of the Indian Removal Act. Let's talk about the terms of Indian Removal Act. Over to you, Betsy.
Hi everyone, I'm going to explain the Indian Removal Act to you and show some of the tribes involved. Here's a map of part of the United States of America. Many Indian tribes have lived in those states. For example, the Choctaw, the Creek, the Chickasaw, and the Cherokee tribes are examples of the many tribes that will get moved. The plan is for all of those tribes to get moved from the current land to new territory called the Oklahoma Territory. Here's a map of a basic idea of what President Andrew Jackson intends to take the Native Americans.
Hello everyone and welcome back to FTS News. Some major events happened this past week. The Choctaw Indians have officially signed the Treaty of Dancing Rabbit. The terms say that they will begin getting moved in 1831 and will finish in 1833.
Hello everyone. Currently we are outside of one of the courthouses in Washington, D.C. This is a court case between Samuel Worcester and the state of Georgia. The Chief Justice is John Marshall. The court ruled that in the case of the Cherokee Indians, they had no authority or control over them. Look, there it is. It's amazing to see our government in action.
The Worcester v. Georgia case is closed. And now, for our next case, we'll be discussing how Katie Pentecost shoplifted a toy llama. Next.
Welcome back. Today we'll be discussing the movement of Native Americans across America to the Oklahoma Territory. It is currently 1834, but the movement of the Choctaw Indians is still taking place. It was supposed to end last year, but they are still working to move the rebellious Indians to the Oklahoma Territory. However, a couple weeks ago, the Creek Indians began moving from their home to the Oklahoma Territory. I'm going to pass it to Karen to talk a little bit about the ideal passages that the government and the Army will plan on taking to get the Indians to their new territory.
We are currently along one of the paths that was used to transport some of the Choctaw Indians, you know? And it's just beautiful out here.
The bear.
Oh,
Bear, are you there?
not this dude. He's...
The wild. I am one with the wild.
Why couldn't we get anything to anyone other than him?
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Karen with FTS.
Are you bear or are you foe?
I think I'm a friend.
Sounds legit.
I'm here with FTS News, and we are here to ask you a few questions about the Oklahoma Territory and how you moved the Indians into the Oklahoma Territory.
Well, it went pretty well. A few of them escaped, including my dear wife, Bear. But it went pretty well.
Oh, speaking of names, can I ask you your name?
Bear!
Bear! Bear!
Okay, sir. How is the signing of the treaty?
It went well. It went perfect. We had to force them to do it, but it went swell.
Okay. Was there any casualties?
Yes. There were several. In fact, a quarter of them died because of things like starvation, disease, and bears.
Well, thank you for your time, Bear.
And you.
Okay. Well, I am Karen, wrapping up FTS News.
Welcome back, folks. Something exciting happened this week. A couple days ago, the battle at the Alamo started. It's been going on for 7 days now. We have a quick private interview in the Alamo itself with our Travis Scott. Over to you, Karen.
Mr. Travis has managed to sneak us into the Alamo and give us an exclusive interview. Okay, let's go.
Hi, welcome to the Alamo. Come on in, come on in. Okay, it's a little crowded, and we can get past that.
Okay. So, Mr. Travis, was this unexpected how early they came?
It certainly was. You know, we expected Santa Ana to come in like sometime in March, but he showed up on February 26th, if you would believe it.
Wow. So, how do you think it's going?
I honestly think it's going pretty good. You know, Bounty's still on bed rest. I don't know if he's gonna make it. But Davy's still out. He's fighting strong like it's what he was born to do. So
That's great to hear.
oh no, I think there's another attack coming. We gotta get you out of here. It's not safe.
Good morning, folks. Today is March 7th, 1836. Yesterday, the defense of the Alamo fell and Santa Ana took the Alamo. In the beginning, America was trying to expand towards the west, and Andrew Jackson wanted Texas for America. He was willing to pay. This shocked the Mexicans that some wanted to buy their country. When the Ragtag Army was defeated, this was a turning point in the Texas Revolution for Texas to become independent.
Hi everyone, it is shortly after the Trail of Tears began. This is the time when U.S. troops have finally started moving the Cherokee tribe to their new home. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about Cherokee's efforts to fight off the Indian removal. For example, they made their own government, actually modeled after the U.S. Constitution. They had elections, a bicameral legislature, and a court. They also had English missionaries come in and set up schools for children to learn English. However, the efforts to adopt our culture failed, and this next year is the result of it.
Hello everyone! This week a new president was elected. His name is President James Knox Polk. He wanted to talk about his campaign a little bit. Over to you, Karen.
Hello, Mr. Polk. I am Karen Lotzarano with FTS News. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you. I'm here to ask you a few questions. First one is, what does 5440 mean, or fight?
Well, as you know, that was part of my campaign, and 5440 is the coordinates for the northern boundary of Oregon. And fight means that we will continue to work for a better country, and that we will be victorious.
Also, what do you plan to do as president since you were elected?
I plan to expand our wonderful country further. I plan to expand it to the west.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Polk.
Lovely, darling.
I'm Mary, and this is Mary, and today we are going to be showing you dance lessons. Now for 5 cents. Today with our code Jackson.
Now for your free dance lessons on how to do the waltz. Me, Mary. Are you ready, Mary?
Yeah, let's go, Mary. And for a little spiciness, if your dad's chaperoning the dance, fingertip.
Thank you.
Now that you got your free lesson, how about you come on down to Mary and Mary's Dance Lessons. Only 5 cents now for each person. Huzzah! On this wonderful day, Texas has been adopted into the U.S. as a slave state. Good morning, folks. In the past few weeks, we have reported on the invasion of Texas. In June, President Polk ordered General Zachary Taylor to march to Texas. In the past few weeks, General Taylor was at the Rio Grande River, where Santa Anna told him to withdraw from the battle. Taylor refused, and they fought until some U.S. soldiers fell. We recently found out a call for soldiers for the U.S. Army had been sent out, and 200,000 people responded. Also, President Polk ordered General Stephen Kearny to take Santa Fe, and did.
Hi guys, we need to be quiet in this area. We are currently in California, and the tension between the Anglos and the Californios is so thick you could cut it with a knife. We are trying to find the campground for General Kearny's army. So it's a little bit later now, and we have arrived at a town called Sonoma, which is in California. This is the town that America has taken, and a man came and joined them in the efforts to make California independent. His name is John C. Fremont, and he assisted in the Bear Flag Revolt.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This past week, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was signed. By signing this treaty, Mexico hands over California, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and parts of Colorado and Wyoming to the U.S. I'm going to hand it over to Betsy to talk about the Mexican-American War.
Welcome everyone! We are going to talk about a few things today. One of them is the Manifest Destiny. Before a lot of this began, people believed that the U.S. would expand across the entire continent of North America. Here's a quick list of causes of the Mexican-American War. Simply said, we wanted to expand our country. We wanted better economics and slavery.
There are several reasons to move west. For example, the gold rush. There's a lot of gold being found in California. A man named James Marshall was the first man to find a nugget of gold lying around when he was working on John Sutter's mine. There are two main passages to California. One is called the Oregon Trail and the other the California Trail.
Hello everyone! Today we're going to be talking about the Compromise of 1850. It's a set of acts that made to balance the amount of slave and free states with the new intake of states from the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Good day, folks. Over the past 2 years, there has been the Gadsden Purchase, which helped secure the southern route of our transcontinental railroad. That also purchased a section of land from Mexico. Then, we had the Kansas-Nebraska Act. That opened the territories for Kansas and Nebraska. That also secured the northern route of the railroad. Popular sovereignty is simply speaking that the government should be ruled by the people. Simply a democracy. Now, onto Bleeding Kansas. It was a series of political attacks on the border of Kansas. It was Free Staters versus Border Ruffians. The people who are Free Staters are against slavery. Border Ruffians are for it.
You're a gray hider,
Karen.
Yeah, edit in the bad recorder version.
Okay.
Don't push me. I'm fine, Jack. Come on. Rose, you're so beautiful. Draw me like one of your French girls, Jack. No, don't jump, don't jump. Where's the bear?
The bear is right here.
It's you, my love. You're the bear.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my god, I have to go. Too many things in one.
Guadalupe Hidalgo. Guadalupe and Hidalgo. Guadalupe Hidalgo. Guadalupe Hidalgo. Guadalupe and Hidalgo. We're trying to. What are you doing? Oh, I tried. Guadalupe Hidalgo. Guadalupe Hidalgo. Guadalupe and Hidalgo. Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Guadalupe Hidalgo. Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Everything harder on myself.
What?
Here.
What is this? They just keep getting more and more. I can't. If I draw straight, it looks like a
Lizzie.
mouse.
Don't put that. Nope. Don't put that there. Roll 9. Take 1.
Hello, everybody.
What is that?